what we're going to do now is we're going to look at one of the fastest combinations. And that's when he goes through and I leave my stick here and then I thrust. Now, I have him wearing this metal one because it has tighter lines, less for me to slip it and get it. You have to be real careful with this. You can also get him in the throat. So, but this one goes like this, and then thrust back up on the same line. Okay? It's a little harder to come back and catch him. So sometimes you end up going like this, boom, and then you just barely pick that up, save your butt. You know? Boom, boom, like that. So, same thing on this side here. So we'll go ahead and pick it up. And go like this. So again, the timing is, he comes at me and I go, boom, and I'm already ready. Sometimes my next shot isn't just smashing this. My next shot sometimes is just, whoa, slipping this back and kind of shielding it with like a deflection, whoa, like that. Or again, whoa, like that, to just kind of guard myself as I go back out. So that's the thrust. So forehand thrust, I'm sorry, no, backhand thrust line. Again, you can't come back out here like this, out of play, and reinsert that. It has to go right here, you go through, you go in. Right here, out of play, and back in, okay? And if you thrust in and out like this, you'll get hit in the hand every time. You can't do it. Thrusts have to be strike and then turn through. Just like in the numbering system, you go from a forehand thrust to a backhand thrust to a forehand thrust to a backhand. Basically, they have to be through. So, same thing here, I go like this, boom, boom, like that, okay? Or I go here like this, boom, like that. It has to be in a circle. I thrust in a circle, that's what I say. Thrust in a circle. Okay, so next is redondos, comes straight down. So it goes like this, hit, and back. Okay, boom, bang. So it goes like this, hit, redondo, back. So one more time, real slow. Hit, redondo, and then back. That's what we're going. Forehand, I'll be here, I go from here. I say forehand because it's a forehand shot. I go like this and back. Okay? And you can tell when you miss because you missed the next return. So those redondos. The last ones are umbrellas. Okay, so I go, these are all of the two. So you go one, the first umbrella is my stick, which we call contra, meets, and then a lift and pull it apart, and then a hit it, okay? Okay, so one more time, so it goes like this, 1, 2, 1, boom, like that, okay? So we go here, and back. That's not contra, one more time real slow. My contra umbrella rolling in. My seguida umbrella is nothing in front of the stick. It's actually here. Okay? So my stick is under, my hand is under. And when you do this right, it goes, and it comes up and hits him in the face. So it goes like this, like that. Last one is, the next one is Payong Tao, or umbrella long range. 1, 2. So it's here like this, and I go forward, underneath, and long. I have to lean back, step back to the corner of this here, and lift that up. So it goes. Thrusting, not playing on top. So here we go. That's playing on top. The next one is cruzada. 1, 2. Just like slow. 1, 2. You're gonna catch it and roll it down. And come back to this shot. your left hand slips off, he's free to hit you back, so he'll be back in the game. It's a little hard to pick with the hand like your glove. Okay, so those are the basics of this particular drill. We like it a lot. I like to use it a lot. It's got great timing, teaches you great entries. It's a lot of fun unless you're wearing the helmet. All right, thanks, sir. Good luck. Okay. You know, I talk to people all over the country and all over the world, and they ask about training partners and how you train up your training partners and how you get them ready to, how can they really be beneficial for your training? How can you teach your students and still get the most out of your training? Well, this drill right here is one of those examples. You don't really need somebody advanced all the time. I mean, sure, it's great to have guys who can do more advanced drills, more complex drills and stuff. But for the most part, if you have somebody who can feed you a 1-2, you can do that drill. And if you can do that drill, you can work on advanced techniques, advanced timing, advanced elements, great entries, things like that. And it can really help your skill along and really help you progress a lot. And, you know, they may not be able to go very fast. They might just be able to feed you a 1 and 2 like this in the beginning, if they're not very physically talented or don't have much physical attributes. But at least you get to work on something. So you can work on the more challenging aspects if they're doing more basic stuff. Now, if they can pick up the 1-2 and just do like ba 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 ba, and they can only do that for a 4 or 5 second blitz, then you work on the stuff that you need to, the fast stuff, just as simple with ticks and drop sticks. Then you can work on those against the guys who can feed you fast, and give you a chance to work on the harder elements or the easier elements if they're going really fast. And then when you can do those, then you start doing the harder elements and the entries and things like that. So you don't really need a lot of times somebody who can do all the cool drills in the system and do everything. Sometimes all you need is somebody who can feed you a 1 and 2. Sometimes that's your wife, sometimes that's your kid, sometimes it's a new training partner or a new student. But you can get a lot of growth out of that. Same thing in kickboxing and trapping. Sometimes really all you need is somebody to give you a jab cross hook, give you a simple round kick or a foot jab or hold the pad, just swat at you a little bit. And you can get a lot of growth and a lot of progress out of those things. You don't always have to have a super slick, high-ranked student to get growth and progress. So good luck with your training. Hope that helps.